What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. And for today's WWE news video, there actually isn't a whole lot to talk about, but there is some things to talk about, including the latest on a former WWE superstar wanting to be in the Hall of Fame. Apparently, he says that it'll be justice for him. Logan Paul returning to the ring? Wonder what that's about. And this first one that I'm gonna be talking about, breaking news. If you guys had not seen the excuse me, seen the the posts on Twitter and Instagram, you will know that that Bellator MMA star Valerie Loureda has been signed to a multi-year deal with WWE. It was reported by Mark Raimondi of ESPN. Big shout out, no copyrights as always. He reported saying that she'll start with WWE. She'll start at the Performance Center on July 19th, with WWE confirming the reports. She attended the tryouts that took place during WrestleMania weekend back in April, and apparently the coaches stated that that Loureda was known as a high ceiling talent, basically. She does still remain under contract with Bellator, but she'll be working with WWE full-time as well. And her career in MMA is 4-1, and her last fight was at Bellator 271 in November of last year. And apparently Bellator President Scott Coker, big shout out, no copyrights as always. He told ESPN, saying, quote, Valerie Loureda is a very young and talented athlete who can accomplish plenty in MMA for years to come, but for now we wish her the best of luck as she pursues her dream of becoming a WWE superstar. She will remain an active and under contract fighter with Bellator, and we look forward to welcoming her back into the cage in the near future. We take great pride in allowing our athletes to test themselves in additional arenas such as boxing and pro wrestling. Wanting to make history with WWE, Loureda herself commented, saying, quote, I'm an entertainer, I love glamour, I love production, I love storytelling, and when I saw the WWE, I realized this is everything I'm good at in one place. Not only that, but I saw the opportunity to be the first Cuban-American woman to be a WWE superstar. And she's only 23 years old, which is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Apparently she's affiliated with American Top Team, which has a major presence on apparently with AEW with Dan Lambert, I think his name, and Paige Van Zandt. So we know that Paige got signed to AEW. Dan Lambert, I don't know who the fuck this dude is. I don't know who the hell he is. Who the dude looks like. And I don't know anything about AEW. I don't watch. But if you guys do know who Dan Lambert is, post comments below, because I have no clue. I've got no clue. But honestly, this is history, because as Loureda just pointed out, you know, she's the first Cuban American woman to be in the WWE, which is crazy. And being the fact that she's only 23, that says a lot about WWE. And for me, you guys know, for the last few years, I've been trying so hard to get into WWE. I'm actually resorting to my old ways and writing letters again. In fact, I'm trying to write a letter to Stephanie McMahon, with her being, you know, the new interim, you know, chairwoman and CEO of WWE. Maybe she might be the person to talk to. But I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you guys want to see me in WWE, then let your voice be heard. go on social media, go to Twitter, go to Instagram, tag me in your posts. My links will be in the description below. You can tag my names from there and let your voices be heard, because right now, with how incredible WWE has been this past year, I think now would be a perfect opportune time for me to get into WWE. Don't you guys agree? Don't you guys think? Don't you guys think? Let your voices be heard, everybody. Let your voices be heard. Anyway, that being said, again, let your voices be heard. I want to be in WWE. I want to do things that no content creator would ever think of doing, which is not getting in the ring. I can tell you that right now. But with how far I've come as a content creator, I could take that talent and bring it into WWE. So again, let your voices be heard and let the world know what is up. Let Stephanie McMahon know. Let the world know what's up. But with that being said, we gotta move on into Logan Paul apparently teasing a WWE return. But before we get to that, as far as Loureda goes, she's one of the hottest prospects you could ever. She's one of the hottest prospects, one of the hottest, youngest prospects in WWE right now. Again, being at just the age of 23, that's pretty insane. That is pretty insane to say the very least. By the way, shoutouts to Ice-T. Not sponsored, but Ice-T is pretty good. Pretty healthy for you too. Anyway, Logan Paul teasing a return to the ring? What in the hell is going on? So, if you guys don't know, The Miz earlier this week mentioned Logan Paul saying that he was going excuse me. Had mentioned Logan Paul saying that they were going to team up together once again and become the undisputed tag team champions. And apparently he teased a return, sharing photos from a training session that he had. And you guys know, earlier this year, he impressed the fans a lot with his in-ring debut at WrestleMania earlier this year, teaming with The Miz to take on Rey and Dominic Mysterio, which was a hell of a match. I have to admit, Logan Paul literally surprised me. He surprised me with what he was able to do. Moonsaults, flips, cartwheels, all that bullshit. He actually impressed me a bit. I'm shocked. And we all know that The Miz turned on Logan Paul, hitting him with a skull-crushing finale. But apparently, Miz stated that they were going to team up together and become tag team champions. But Logan Paul revealed that Vince pitched a potential future in professional wrestling for him to compete for Logan Paul following his match at WrestleMania, which he could get signed to WWE, which would be pretty cool. But at the same time, it acts as a double-edged sword. We don't really know if he would get signed with WWE or if he would. If he does get signed, odds are the fans might. Some Logan Paul fans might love it. Some might hate it. But at the same time, if he doesn't get signed, it's like whatever. So what? Big deal. I got plenty of money, So, but honestly, I would love to see Logan Paul compete in the ring more often, because with what he's done in boxing, for all that he's done in boxing, going up against guys like, you know, I think Manny Pacquiao and KSI and Tyron Woodley. He could bring that talent into WWE, and that could take him pretty far, which is a possibility. But I'm gonna be honest. As far as like who potential talent that Logan Paul could face, there's a long list of dudes that he could face in the future. He could face The Miz for all we know. He could face off against, I don't know, Edge, Finn Balor, Damian Priest. The possibilities are endless for Logan Paul, but I don't know if, again, it's hard to say whether or not he will get signed or not, but only time will tell. Only time will tell. But that does bring us to our last topic here. You guys are probably wondering, who is this dude? Who is the controversial star wanting to be in the Hall of Fame? Well, it is none other than former multi-time WWE champion Alberto Del Rio. If you guys do not know who this dude is, he is actually one of the most controversial stars on the planet, on Earth right now, because this dude was engaged to Paige. If you guys remember Paige, then you'll know the story behind that. But apparently he says that it would be justice if he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. He had told Sportskeeda, big shout out, no copyrights, that he'd be so proud to appear in front of his family on stage while being honored by WWE. We know that he was cleared with some charges. Now I can't really say what they are, especially here on YouTube for obvious reasons. But charges that could have cost him his career in wrestling, I'll say. In which it took place back in December of last year, and the former world champion said, quote, "People need to stop being stubborn or ignorant." As far as how they treated him when now that the investigation completely ended. He also added, saying, quote, "If you want to see the truth, it's out there." And apparently, and he also said basically, or rather, let me rephrase. Apparently, he is now encouraging anybody who still thinks he's guilty to just leave him alone, basically. His last run in WWE was back in 2016, during the draft. During the WWE draft, he was drafted to SmackDown. He was only on SmackDown for a few weeks, and then ended up getting released. Both of his runs in WWE ended on a sour note, and he's confident that he can return to the mix and earn his way into the WWE at some point. Apparently, he thinks that he's done enough to merit inclusion at the ceremony at the Hall of Fame, and he said, "I know one day it will happen." I'm gonna be perfectly honest. It's to be honest, getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, him getting inducted into the Hall of Fame is basically a double-edged sword. It's like it's like you can get inducted no problem, but if you do, you know, bad shit, you're gonna lose your spot. And we all know that with we all know that current WWE Hall of Famer Sunny has been dealing with a lot of shit, and apparently people want her out, you know, off of the Hall of Fame list, as do people want Donald Trump out of the Hall of Fame list, because he was the first WWE Hall of Famer to be president, which honestly, that right there is history in the making. But we know, I'm not gonna say anything else. In fact, honestly, I can't, honestly. So, but that's all right. It's all good. But Del Rio back in WWE, being in the Hall of Fame, I could definitely see that happening. But it all depends on him. It all depends on what he wants to do in WWE. It all just depends. But who knows? Who knows what will happen next? But that brings me to the question of the day. Who do you guys want to see Logan Paul face if he signs with WWE Full-Time? Let me know down in the comments below. And that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want to see more WWE news videos, which get posted every Thursday, sometimes on weekends, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell so you guys do not miss out on any new content that comes your way. And as always, make sure you guys follow me on all of my social media. The links will be in the description below. And if you guys have any fan mail that you guys want to send me, or you guys want me to open it up on the channel, all the info will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.